Hi. As a friend of mine said, that post-COVID, the narratives of storytelling has changed, especially bedtime stories for children. We can't anymore say that, they lived happily ever after, particularly because our relationship with certainty has definitely altered a lot post-COVID. When especially children would ask their mum or the teacher, when do we go to school next? They couldn't answer. And that essentially meant that life was not necessarily permanent. When we experience earthquake, tsunamis, or any of these critical events like riots, emergency, war, when our lives are taken over and we are handcuffed to history as things are happening to us, how do we negotiate everyday boundaries? How do we negotiate everyday situations? The critical essentially has become the daily, and everyday life essentially is strung to each other with crisis. In this particular relationship with uncertainty, how do we negotiate our everydayness, the dullness that we feel, the void that we experience, a moment of crisis, a moment of great affect which fills our beings up? And I think this is where stories, narratives, tales become very interesting. This is where we look at the arts and we look at stories and we see them different. We see them with a different lens altogether. And this is where we actually become more alert to the idea of creating new realities with the stories that we create. We become an agency. So I think going to the arts fair, going to the puppet exhibition, the puppet scope, going to Ishara Puppet Festival, which all these things are happening right now in Delhi. I think we also take an opportunity of see our lives being reflected by the oddity of the world in front of us, which are created by the arts. Yeah, and then we create new realities, we create new relationship with the crisis.